Today, we're diving into one of the most notoriously complex and, let's be honest, frustrating parts of healthcare, medical billing. We're going to look at how the whole industry is starting to shift from total manual chaos to some much-needed automated clarity. Let's get into it.
So, here's the big question, right? It's something that drives providers crazy and leaves patients confused. You get the care you need, the claim gets submitted, and then it's just crickets. Why is it so incredibly slow? Well, the answer is kind of hiding in plain sight, in a world of endless manual work.
And look, we're not just talking about a small hiccup here. For a lot of healthcare providers, this is a full-blown crisis. So let's pull back the curtain and see what's really going on inside this high-stakes manual process of getting an insurance claim paid. Now let's zoom in on the people who are right in the thick of it, the billing specialists. For them, every day is like being stuck on a treadmill. It's this repetitive, completely exhausting cycle that just never seems to end. Just imagine this is your job. For hundreds of different claims, you're logging into tons of different insurer portals. You're manually typing in the same patient info again and again and again. You're uploading the same documents over and over. And all the while, you're trying to somehow keep track of where every single claim is in the process. It's a recipe for burnout, plain and simple.
And all that tedious work, it's not just annoying, it has real, serious financial consequences. Slower processes mean slower payments, obviously. Following up on a denied claim, that can easily get missed. Documentation gets messy and inconsistent. And yeah, every time a human has to type something, there's a risk of error, and those little errors can have a huge impact on revenue.
But what if you could finally step off that treadmill? This is where technology comes in to save the day. We're talking about end-to-end automation, a really powerful, modern solution that's designed to fix this broken process from the ground up. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you have the past, this slow, error-prone manual slog. And on the other, you've got the future, a process that's hands-free, accurate, and consistently fast. This isn't just a tiny tweak, it's a complete game changer for how this work gets done. So you're probably asking, okay, how is this even possible? Well, it's not magic, but it is a pretty clever combination of smart technologies all working together. It really boils down to three key pieces of tech. First, you've got AI computer vision. Think of it like giving the software a pair of eyes so it can see and use any portal just like a person would. Second, you have things like APIs and WebDriver, which basically act like universal translators, letting all these different systems talk to each other automatically. But the real powerhouse here is parallel execution, the ability to process hundreds of claims at the exact same time, not just one by one by one. And this right here, this is probably the most important part of the whole story. Automation isn't about replacing people. It's about elevating them. It frees these skilled specialists from the boring, repetitive data entry so they can become what they were meant to be all along, expert problem solvers. I mean, look at this incredible flip. Before automation, a specialist's day is like 85% just repetitive tasks. Clicking, typing, uploading. After, it completely flips. They now spend 85% of their time on high-value exception handling, tackling the complex, tricky claims that actually need a human brain to figure out. So, at the end of the day, the goal is simple. Let the technology handle the mindless portal hopping. That way, these talented teams can focus their energy where it actually counts, on solving the hard problems. It makes their work more valuable and, frankly, a whole lot more interesting. So we've seen how automation can bring some serious clarity to the absolute chaos of medical billing. And it really makes you wonder, as this kind of technology gets smarter and easier to use, what other huge unsolvable problems in our work lives are just waiting for the same kind of transformation? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.